Hi there. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is April Hames. I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself to you. I'm a graduate of the University of South Carolina School of Music, and I graduated in 2001. I loved my time as a student and continue to be very connected to that time and space. Many friendships, lasting learning, and growth are some of the most valuable experiences of my life, and they occurred right there. I'll say forever to thee. After graduation, I earned my master's in music, worked a little bit, went back to school to get my doctorate. I got my doctorate in the field of mental health. So, my master's is in music therapy and music education. And after spending some time in practice afterward, it led me to just really desire continued growth and opportunities to work more in depth with individuals and couples and families and communities in order to help them and empower them to live their best lives. My doctorate is in medical family therapy, and that really allowed me to spend some time on faculty at a medical school. And I had a dual appointment in the research department, and the other half was clinical practice. When I was ready to come home to the Midlands here in South Carolina, I joined a private practice and spent almost a decade there. At this point, I'm the director of clinical operations in a more corporate role, and that really allows me to impact communities on a much larger scale. My heart for service and care for those in my community brings me to this space and time with you today. So, in case you haven't picked up the theme, I'd like to talk to you today about community. There's no time in our lifetimes that's been more dependent on community. From the throes of a global pandemic to the organizational efforts of community movements like the Black Lives Matter movement, we have seen how significant and powerful the impact of community organization is and can be. Communities are important because they allow people to interact with each other, develop relationships, and protect each other, and also work toward common goals. Without communities, people would lead very isolated lives with minimal or no contact outside of their immediate circle. During these more isolated times, I think we're beginning to realize that what we didn't recognize before was how fortifying it was to be a part of a community. We need human interaction and we need other people. So, my first question to you is, who is your community? Think about the people in your community. Are you comfortable with it as it exists today? Could it use more diversity in thought, experiences, interest, physical appearance, wellness, able bodiedness, ideas? Could it expand? Does it inspire you? Are you contributing value and enriching someone else's sense of community? Are, are you contributing value to your own purpose in community? So, to define community, it really can be a physical space where people connect, a classroom, a synagogue, a virtual space like social media, private community platforms. Community should bring people together with similar characteristics and common interests. So, every community does operate with some specific boundaries, and they meet the needs of that community. There's spoken rules, and there's also unspoken rules of engagement. Having a sense of community unites us. Being a part of one can make us feel as though we're part of something greater than ourselves. It gives us opportunities to connect with people, to reach out for our goals, and make us feel safe and secure. It's important for every person to have a sense of community. It's innate in us as a basic means of survival because it is. Being a part of the School of Music and your cohort gives you an immediate community. Some of my most rewarding community experiences involve those performances that peaked just in time and came together on the night that there was an audience to appreciate it. You have a very unique opportunity to participate in music ensembles and larger groups that are extensions of community. I think it's really important to recognize that your investment and participation in them is really proportional to what you receive from them. Having a sense of community embraces character, image, spirit, and pride. It's a really vital element of a healthy life. That feeling and realization that people within the community matter to each other, and a shared faith in each other that their needs will be met through commitment and togetherness is a really vital one. Being a part of community can make us feel as though we're part of something greater than ourselves because we are. So, With all of this information that's likely not new, but maybe synthesized in a way you haven't considered it before, I really invite you to ponder your own definition of and sense of community, maybe even over the next month. So consider your contributions. Every interaction involves an energy deposit and withdrawal. So, what are you depositing? What are you withdrawing? Think on the checks and balances of your community. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Wellness Wednesday. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great 2022. Love and peace to all of you.